Yo, welcome back. One Pot Podcast, episode 43. This is your boy
43?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, dog. There, another week, another session.
That's a lot.
Yeah, dog, you were sick last week, dog. That's what the numbers was jumping across when you
Yeah, but I thought we were still in the 30s.
Now we getting a whole my lord. Yeah. You feel me? Next thing you know, we're in the half a century thing.
Yeah, for
well,
real.
again, it's your boy CN.
Social security numbers. It's your boy Dennis.
Trev.
And then Danville there. Danville mother-in-law got rear-ended. I look at car accident thing still.
So prayers for
prayers to the man family, you know. But in the week at the moment,
Let's
you know,
call her moms. I can't remember her name, but I always call her moms.
No, in retrospect, I just call her mommy, you know,
Yeah.
in great reference to. But we have a boy AJ there, you know, passed through some sitting in for Danville today.
Yeah. Our number one Dolphins fan.
Number one Dolphins fan. I don't know, AJ. What do you think the Dolphins gonna do again this year?
Well, I mean, shoot, everything is cleaned house now. Everyone's gone, basically. Adam Gase is gone. Tannehill's gone.
So rebuild?
It's a whole new rebuild of the organization. So
Well, you know, sometimes you have to just move forward.
Mhm.
But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, you know we're there. But Dennis, you were talking some things earlier, and especially, you know, Netflix has been very intriguing to me.
Oh, yeah. Like, Netflix has been dropping crown jewels repeatedly since, I want to say since, we'll start off with Marco Polo. In my opinion, Marco Polo, even though the budget of that show was high, I think they can afford to do it now. But that was like their first gold 5-star show. It was amazing. And then they did the whole origin of Thousand Eyes thing. And that was dope. And like ever since then, they've just been dropping gems. So like you got Umbrella Academy. They, of course, had that controversial Bird Box on there. I finished watching Ultraman. They threw Ultraman on there.
How is that?
I wanted to see.
That was dope, dog.
So
like it was.
You can toggle the Japanese audio and not the
Yeah.
Okay,
You
good.
can use
I was,
the subs or you can use English.
I was like, I would love Japanese audio and just English subs, and I'll be good.
That's how I watched it. I keep it authentic, but like it was really good. Like the fight scenes were very fluid. The character designs were really good. The story was pretty straightforward. Like it was a good watch. And then I started watching Black Summer last night, and it's another post-apocalyptic zombie situation. And that one, I didn't end up going to sleep till 7 o'clock this morning. And I started watching it at, I want to say, around 2 because I couldn't sleep. And next thing I know, the light was coming in through the blinds. I was like, yo, if I don't go to sleep now, I'm not going to be able to sleep. So, but it was so good because it shows you, like, it kind of makes you think about what would happen if those type of situations actually did happen. Because immediately, everybody started screwing each other over. Like, I don't know how all these people cars didn't have gas. Like, nobody's cars had gas. If their cars had gas, they were getting robbed. Like, it was crazy. And like it was kind of sad because there was a couple of parts where you thought there was like some good in people or whatever, and they just the second they got what they wanted from that person, 180, dog. Like, it was nuts. Like that show's crazy. So I think I got like another 5-6 episodes left of it.
No, I mean, I can't say that. You're talking about Netflix. But before you get back to me, Trev and AJ, I want to know what new discovery that you guys have watched on Netflix since Netflix has been doing their own endeavors. Because Dennis got quite some gems that he dropped. I mean, I have a couple, but I want to see what you guys got too.
Well, Tati put me on, even though it might be none of y'all taste, but Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know, that was...
Oh, Santa Clara Diet.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Like, I've watched 2 seasons within a week, and now I'm waiting. I could go watch.
How many seasons is it?
It just hit season 3 right now, so I could go binge that this weekend because you know what's happening next week.
What's the synopsis of it?
Huh? Well, it's basically the apocalypse is happening into a suburbs.
Yeah.
It just someone ate bad clams and turned them
Bad
into
clams.
Yeah, and turned her into a zombie. Then she started wanting to eat meat or human, and then she got the taste of human, and then it kept on going. There's so much more into it, but it's funny how they have to act calm, act like their civilization, wave to the neighbors when they got a dead body in the car. Like, it's a lot of that. So I encourage people to watch that. It's more funny than horror.
I'm not even gonna lie. That reminds me of when you got that DLC for Skyrim where you can turn into the vampire.
Yeah.
And then like the thing is like you try to not do the whole like blood sucking thing because you need it to stay alive and you got to stay out of sunlight and stuff like that. But if you stay away from it for too long because you get sidetracked, the AI start looking at you different. They're like, "Yo, you alright? You look sick. You alright?"
Looking at you like, "Yo,
they'll let you know like." This is past, and I think by the time you hit the third day, the dude will turn around you, and he'll just pull the sword out and be like, "Yo, you going down, dog?" Like,
what?
Vampire. But yeah, what you seen on Netflix, Jay?
The last thing I can really remember as far as like a Netflix show is Orange is the New Black, but I feel like I may have watched.
I fell
I'm like
all the way off.
2 seasons behind now.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like that's like the last thing I watched of like a Netflix show. But like refresh my memory, like what has come out? Because I've seen Bird Box, but that's a movie.
I'm still waiting.
Shows.
Yeah.
Shows, movies, whatever. You just cop.
Have you seen Black Mirror?
Oh yeah,
Black Mirror.
I still have to finish the interactive one.
Netflix, yeah, Black Mirror. Oh man, I'm on
Black Mirror is amazing, dog. I still got to finish the interactive one, the Bandersnatch.
You haven't finished that one?
I finished one line of where he just died because there's multiple endings to it.
Yes, I've had a lot of the different endings, but there's still a few that I haven't gotten, and that's wild to know that there's still more. But I got one that like not a lot of people have gotten. They're like, wait. That happened. I was like, "Yo, that one was real. You should have got."
I didn't do the interactive
ending.
Black Mirror thing yet. So
you haven't done any Black Mirror?
No, I've done the Black Mirror. That's the interactive part of it.
I think you can do it on your Netflix app on your television or on the PlayStation. Matter of fact, you can do it through your controller.
Yeah, so I'll be
it's pretty dope.
New endeavors with that. I'm not gonna lie. For me, I have a lot of different things that Netflix has brought to me. I'm a documentary fanatic, as you guys can tell over the couple episodes. Movie rise, new series for anybody who watching Netflix right now, and I'm gonna show this out for any little couple that who want something to watch together, who have some substance behind of it. All American's good. It's based on a true story. I love true story, even though it's based, means that there's some fictional idea towards it. In a shout out to my culture, in the culture aspect, I want to say the Bob Marley Who Shot the Sheriff, I Shot the Sheriff, remastered. That Netflix did. That was a very powerful one. It's powerful for anybody who who's from the islands, who love reggae music, not just dancehall music, reggae music, who want to roll down the rabbit hole and see where the culture came from. Some things that Jamaica went through, in its sense, from a musical standpoint, from Bob Marley's standpoint, for what people think he might have thought, because the people who did this documentary was actually very close to him. To say that was a very good documentary because it shows my culture. It shows a lot of questions that people want to ask about Jamaica or what was going on in the 70s and 80s, based on music. So shout out to Netflix for doing that. Netflix was keeping it 100. Netflix is, I'm gonna say, showing us that how to keep moving forward, because we can talk about how the 1 and 2 stuff Netflix started with back in the day to where we're at now. Because we remember before it was like we're getting on Netflix to watch other shows that Netflix was just doing it like Netflix came out as the new Blockbuster, because I feel like Netflix shut down Blockbuster. You feel me? And
so it's Blockbuster's fault though.
Well, because they actually, I know from what I came to understand, Blockbuster got the idea, but they were making so much money by having the individual stores. They were like, oh, nobody's gonna do it. But what happened is Netflix became cheaper, because when you go to Blockbuster and you have to get a movie, you're paying
it's like max rent on like 2.
Well, it's not even that, Dennis. You're paying per movie. Depends on your subscription that you have for Blockbuster. You may be able to get one and get another one for free. But if you add another movie, instead of spending $15 for a movie, it's like $50 for a movie, though. But Blockbuster was looking at the people behind that idea like, yo, we are making so much more money off what we're doing from a storefront. And remember when Netflix came out, Netflix was like, yo, watch it on your computer or we will send you the DVDs. You remember them days?
Yeah.
You feel me? And then look at where Netflix at now, where where Redbox kind of took off where Blockbuster left off at with a newer version of movies, and Netflix is making series. But I want you to see how that wheel keep turning. That wheel keep turning. It's not. It's to show you as a generation where we're taking steps, and what we need to do to learn to utilize these steps to move forward. Now, Trevor, we're talking about, some greats, and we're, not so we're tumbling backwards from what happened last week, because we watched the funeral for the Nipsey Hussle. I watched it.
Yeah, me too.
I
saw up to Stevie Wonder.
Up to Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
So, Trevor, I'm going to give the platform to elaborate a little bit more what you like about the funeral and what was said.
Yo, Snoop almost made me cry. Real. Because when he went up there, how he was trying to still be hard and act like he's still tough and whatever, but when he saw that casket, you could tell that man was like wanting to cry. Because think about it, this is the second time he lost someone that was inspirational.
The first one was Tookie, right?
Pac.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Pac.
Yeah.
And then when Tookie Williams died, I remember when Tookie Williams died, he actually cried. Like
so we have
he
three
broke
now.
down.
Yeah, then you can talk about Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg too, but Nate, how did Nate die again?
Nate Dogg, I think he was sick.
Yeah, because I don't think he was killed, but I'm talking about the lives that were just taken.
Yeah,
wise, and his speech was very good. How they first met and how inspirational he was to the neighborhood, and he got a letter from Barack Obama. How it was deep. And Lauren's part, jeez, yeah, you're blessed when you have a woman love you like that.
Yeah,
that, and when she said the marathon continues, I mean, you could feel that room roared there. And Lil Wayne's son spoke. He was saying he had a dream and he was in paradise, and he turned around and Nip was there, and he said, "What's up, killer?" That's his nickname. He used to call him, and he ran and gave him a hug, and he disappeared. And as a young age, he already realized that Nipsey was just bringing him to heaven and let him see, this is what heaven looks like. So it was very deep funeral. And I didn't even know he knew Stevie Wonder. I didn't even know all about that.
Yeah.
But the amount of people that came out there, I just recently saw the pictures from the crowd, from Russell Westbrook, Pusha, of course, Karen Civil. The crowd was thick of people, and to represent this man and represent what he meant to the culture, let alone music, right? So it was touching, and I like rewatching it sometimes, especially the Snoop and Lawrence part, because to see how passion can take you. You know what I mean? So
Trevor, I love you talking about the passion that can take you, because Nipsey did some wonderful things. I know we talk about the unification of what Nipsey did, but Nipsey left a very strong legacy when it comes to how we should show people to unite.
Right.
We can go over the negative things, because we can talk about Kodak Black look of foolishness away from the situation, and it's not something to laugh at, because it's
I definitely think it's something to laugh at.
I want you to elaborate on it. Go on.
Well, basically, it's like I read the comment, and it to me, the comment itself wasn't disrespectful, because he was getting his point across, but horrible timing. Absolute horrible timing. Like there's no justification for that. Two, how he went about it, especially after you were running down Young M.A.
It's still weird. It's like, dude, she don't like dudes.
There's people with fetishes like that, dog. Like they like studs. Like they like the stud females because like they're rough and stuff.
That's like a body.
It's like you have. It's like a dude, but it's not a dude, so I'm not gay. Like, but yeah, it was just like he was out of pocket with it. And then, of course, T.I. said his piece, like, you need to fix this expediently.
You're out of pocket.
Yeah,
pocket.
Yeah, out of pocket.
Real
And then,
talk though was T.I. was what he was saying didn't give real malice.
No,
but Kodak took it as malice though.
well,
see the way that T.I. went about it is like basically you need to apologize. Like what you said was disrespectful. The way the game went about it is you need to watch your mouth.
Yeah.
And then did you see his comment back
To which one?
to the game?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Dog, this man was like, I know you're not sitting here coming for me when, what did he say? He said, the only reason that you're relevant is because 50 went and got you from dancing off of that pole for money.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the wrong dude to say that stuff
it's
too,
not even that,
dog.
Kodak was like, I'm in Atlanta right now, dog. Anybody see me pull up? But I'm gonna say this.
You
I'm
can't
gonna say this.
do that, dog.
Well, I'm gonna say Kodak is a very good artist. No, I'm not. No, Trev, it's not even that.
Because he's from here don't mean that.
No. I'm gonna say
Ice water turn Atlantic.
No, I'm gonna say.
Drop happened in the fan.
I'm gonna say in what Kodak is bringing to the game, Kodak has a different style, and style is very unique. But just like 6ix9ine, you gotta be careful with your mouth, bro. These things are gonna hurt you because look, him did him little thing, and now they pulled his music from LA. There's no radio station in LA really playing Kodak music no more. So you can chalk that up. So I'm gonna say this: most people in Florida listen to Kodak, but other than from Florida alone can keep Kodak pocket filled, bro.
I don't even think it's most.
Oops. You feel me? No.
But like here's my take on the thing though. As far as it's concerned, you literally, especially in the music industry, and I saw this when I was sick. It was on YouTube, and there's like little documentaries on the rise and fall of people's careers.
Yeah.
And one of them, I watched the JoJo one. I watched the Pussycat Doll one, and I
forgot her.
Nicole Berenger.
Okay, Berenger
or something like that.
Harder to say her name.
It was
from Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, the main one that
Look,
Kim Kardashian 1.0.
Well, I'm gonna say
they
this,
both look alike.
If you guys want to talk about people who messing up career when it comes to saying the wrong things, look at Little Mama.
Nah, she was in there too. Like she was the last one that. Well, was she the last one that I watched? The last one, I know the last one that I watched was really long. Anyways, hers was in there, and they literally said on there, like the thing that condemned her career was when she jumped up on stage in the middle of Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' performance. Because the second that she did that and she would get off stage, they both blackballed her. So by association, snip, 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 snip. So like she's still sitting there, she's doing her thing, she's doing her music. But anybody that's affiliated with them refuses to work with her. And then on top of that, she got immortalized as like, I think 2 different memes. And every time she does something, the internet literally attacks her because they look at her like she's a joke.
Well, it's not she's from New York. And the point she's from New York, Jay-Z is like the big man musically in New York right now. And when you talk about female musician artists, not to take away from Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and whatever artist comes from New York, Alicia Keys is a queen. That's where she's from. When I mean she rep New York, Alicia Keys is rep New York hard. So when you talk about people who's very musically connected, who like working with real musical artists, looking at Little Mama, and not to knock rap music. I love rap music. Rap music is not the future. People like working with people who's talented. And I'm not saying Little Mama is not talented. But if I had to weigh on a pendulum scale of Alicia Keys versus Little Mama, I'm going to look at her like, Mama, I'm going to keep it real. Alicia Keys kind of, outworth you career-wise at the moment.
But what she did wasn't anything about worth, though. It was like what she was trying to do is she was trying to get all the people that are from New York to jump up on stage with her. just to, try to get all people singing the song together. Like, the intention was good,
Yeah.
but it backfired.
You should
Yeah.
have stayed in the audience and
Stay in your lane, bro.
Oh yeah,
your family down there.
Hey, you would have been fine.
Yeah.
You would have been fine after that. JoJo's one was interesting because
Which JoJo?
what was it?
Casey and JoJo?
No. JoJo, the singer
White
Okay.
girl.
from the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, she's still doing her touring too. Actually,
Yeah, but she's doing it on her own because, like, the main reason she stopped. Oh no, she's gorgeous and her voice, dog.
Oh, I know what you're
Like-
talking about now.
But like, the thing is, her main thing was contracts. So her label wouldn't let her release any music after a certain point.
yeah, she's completely independent now. I think.
Yeah.
And she was going through lawsuits with them, like lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. So it went from the label seizing the music to who's over the label? Like, it's like you got the label and then you got the people that the label work for. Like-
It's just a bigger label. It's, like Universal Music Group is over almost everything.
Yeah, they pulled all her stuff, dog. Like, she wasn't allowed to release anything.
Not bad.
Nada.
And then she started countersuing for them basically destroying her career because her music's not coming out. So she just started doing covers and this, that, and the third and stuff, just trying to, like, pass the time and make sure people don't forget about her. And, like, her voice is powerful, dog. Like,
She still got it.
I'm telling you,
girl can
go
sing.
follow her on Instagram. She's still making moves. It's just it's not going to be in the limelight as it used to be.
Sad but true.
Yeah.
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 But before we get off the whole Kodak thing, also Kodak's friends are no friends at all. Because just think about it. Go back to when he was about a year or two later or earlier when he was on on Instagram doing Instagram Live.
Mhm.
Yo, he was having trains run on girls while
Yeah.
your friends in the background. Him saying stupid stuff. Yo, none of your friends could say, "Hey, you make $1 million a year." Like, turn it off.
They were living in the moment with him.
Yeah,
And then he started hanging out with the chick from Dr. Phil, Bad Baby or whatever her name is.
No one told him as a real friend
Catch
said,
me outside.
"Hey,
How about that?
yo, this girl's a minor. Turn this off."
You're like, yo, she's like 14.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like, oh, we just friends? And it's like, she's 14. And then they
Anyway,
say,
bring it up to even right now when he was saying that, yo, I want to, I'll give Lauren London a whole year as a widow.
Yeah. Why?
None of your friends could say, just turn this off.
Kodak!
Yeah, dude, what you
nah,
say?
they're probably
Help
sitting there
me.
high. They're probably sitting there high as hell, like, yo, you just being real, dog. You just being real. Yeah, homie.
Yo, just
yeah,
keep
homie.
it 100.
They hear that.
100.
That knock at the door, don't answer that.
Exactly.
Cause you remember when those people was out here clout chasing and what was it? It was that one white girl that swore she was black, and then her funny looking friend that was black. Like when they went out, they went on the thing.
That filled that category nowadays, dog.
Like there was like she was like mad ratchet, dog. Like she's
From
like
where?
super ratchet. Like she's one of those Instagram like people.
Oh, Whoa Becky or something like that?
I think so. Yeah,
Whoa Becky.
I think so. So like,
Whoa Becky.
but her and her little homie was sitting there and they started wilding out on Instagram talking about, oh, F Snoop Dogg, yeah, Snoop Dogg ain't ish,
her.
blah 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 blah, and then Snoop got up on the video. It was basically, yo, I will fuck your life up. Like, yeah. It's like I don't even have to leave my house to do it. It's like, y'all need to watch your mouth. And look, like, so yo, that apology video came quick, dog. Like
Y'all girl will be in an instant videos.
for
Don't
real,
you know
bro,
I had
like,
multiple business endeavors?
for real, like, so like it's like you gotta honestly know the type of people that you're.
Yeah, because your
messing
circle
with.
is going to be a reflection of you.
Well, it's not even that. I think that's a constant reminder for everything, even with Nipsey thing too. Because look at who killed him. The person who killed him is somebody he was trying to help before. You feel me? And he was like, "Yo, dude, kind of fell off. Like, you're a snitch. So I really don't play with you." So I understand his reasoning why they had their endeavors. And for the fact that they're still talking about the killer saying what Nipsey said to him right before he died, I was like, why is that even relevant? The man is already dead.
What did Nipsey say?
Oh, see. Oh, so you didn't hear that part. Because he was basically was like, oh, when he shot him once, Nipsey wasn't dead. And Nipsey was like, all right, homie, you got me. You shot me, but I'll see you. And he was like, I'll see you. And he was like, you just turned around and gave him the McDonald's special, dog. You feel what I'm saying? And it was it's very tough for it to even be even considered that that's still being talked about. It's like when we kind of need people to move forward, because in the hour of everybody else mourning about the man's death, you know what I mean, and the unification of what he's showing gangs to be doing right now in LA. And I want to give a shout out to LA for whatever violence that you guys have stopped for the last couple of days, for stopping, you know what I mean, and for whatever unity that you're showing that's actually can be resolved, you know what I mean. And why do we have to keep repeating what Biggie Small said for us to understand what the issues that we're trying to step forward with? Because Biggie said you're nobody till somebody kills you. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Nipsey was a nobody; he was somebody. But it's like it took his death for the world to wake up to certain things. Yeah. And what I'm saying is like, yo, let's not get temporary with this awokeness. You feel what I'm saying? Don't just get awake for 24 hours and go back to sleep and make it just be like another regular chapter in everybody's life. You feel me? Like I know we break up with things on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? For us all to have the opportunity to move forward with different things. But it's like, yo, let's break up with the foolishness with violence, with people keep killing each other. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it real, my dog. We need to go back to the old school days from like, yo, if you got a beef, yo, we can fade it out. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? You know, no Caesars, just fade it out.
There's a group in Baltimore, Chicago. Instead of going around shooting up each other like with actual bullets, to go around shooting each other with paintball guns, bro. Like, you'll see houses filled with like paintball, and like they're out there like, yo, in drive-by straight up, just like shooting each other.
That's a lot.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Sure was like, I think I could go some paintball war. I ain't gonna like. I grew up with Rubber War, and if you guys Rubber Band War, you know, used to make like a biggies and stuff like that. You also slap people with things, but
then it upgraded to wasps, which were the folded pieces of paper.
Yeah, and then let those go.
Then it got like crazy because everybody started upgrading paper clips because they were more aerodynamic.
Yeah,
but isn't that like basically evolution with man? Oh, we're gonna throw paper at you. We're gonna throw paper with needles on it. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this bullet at you, right? And see how you get up.
Like people were just wilding with that stuff, dog. But speaking of wilding, yo, I got the horses in the back. Yo, dog, like,
I respect that man so much.
Yes, Lil Nas X, bro. Lil Nas X.
It's gotta be a parody because my God, what?
like that's the thing.
It's not a country music though. I mean, it's not a country song though.
It is.
But that's the thing.
They don't want to label it that.
Exactly.
But I'm real.
It's because it's too powerful.
But the thing is, his song kind of shows how the lines between genres is so faded. Because, what's her name? It was Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake is
that boy's R&B.
But they put him.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
They put him in pop, but his instrumentals, his producers, his whatever is hip hop. It's R&B.
It's because they don't want to lose him.
No, it's not.
And then look at what we got to suffer through. Macklemore. I was sitting there.
Could go to the pop side.
He can definitely stay over there too because he's definitely not a rapper. Like I'm sorry. Like one of his tracks came on like out of nowhere while I was listening to YouTube music, and I was like, who is this? And I'm like, you know how like the way people pronounce stuff is familiar. I'm like, yo, it's Macklemore. I'm like, yo, it's next. Like,
you say that Logic is borderline pop now.
Yeah.
Did you listen to that last project? His one just came out.
He just dropped something?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Like first two songs is more singing than hip hop. It was not really much hip hop in it. It was more of a the universal music of
I mean,
pop.
Well, actually, I can't even say much about that too because Nelly did that same thing.
Yeah.
Nelly did it. Flo Rida did it. Pitbull did it.
Flo Rida hasn't been back since he left, and he was like, "Hey,
because that's where the money's at."
Yo, Flo Rida, yo, was in the rap game.
Yeah,
and moved forward.
Yeah,
Pitbull. They both.
Yo, sure. Pitbull didn't just move forward. Pitbull moved, dog.
Yeah,
yo, Pitbull was like, yo,
I'm everywhere.
Yeah. No, but I'm gonna say this.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. But I'm gonna say this. Look, if Pitbull was a writer, it's good. Yeah. Pitbull, being taken in with Neo as another writer is excellent. I want you to understand, Neo and Pitbull make excellent music together. They may not be dropping 100 hits every year, but they always find the nice way to drop a 1 or 2 hits, right, with a track that they wrote for someone or a track that they produce or they work on together. Yeah, you feel me?
And those tracks are going to play for the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year, you feel what I'm saying? Like they know what they're doing. It's just like for example, I'm gonna switch music industry. For example, we're talking about artists who moved on, right? Anybody, if you listen to Jamaican music, dancehall music, sure, you know Russian, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Russian.
You see what I'm saying, Dennis? Yeah. You know Russian is not really making reggae music right now. He makes reggaeton music. So Russian basically moved more to the Latino side because he was like, yo, like I mean the dancehall era got them producers that do them things. Shout out to Chimney Records. Yo, David, I'm trying to get you on here if you can hear me, doggy. We want to make sure of that.
Please.
You feel what I'm saying? But Roshan is basically doing his thing in the Latino world and making bread because he basically took whatever he learned from one genre and moved forward and turned it into something else and eating money. Because I'm gonna tell you this, when he was just basically just in Jamaica alone, he was a BMW dude. You feel me? And I'm not saying anything in the producer game. BMW money is good money. You feel what I'm saying? But Russian is that phantom money right now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
From what I heard from the wealthy people I've interacted with, Beamer is the starter kit.
It is a starter kit
of their rich gang. Yeah. Now it's like, what is it? It's Beamer. Then it's Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla.
And then it's, you start hitting that Range Rover.
You would think Tesla all that other range lower because you got soccer moms driving Tesla.
Well, but those soccer moms are dating like engineers and all that other type. Like those Tesla SUVs are expensive, dog.
Yeah. Well, Trev, it's more efficient. I want to understand this. When you see celebrities doing some of these things, a lot of it is for promotional as well. Yeah. You feel me? And if you're going to give me a free car, that's going to be considered top of the line at the moment. Give it to me. That's one thing I've learned from celebrities. Like when you make it as a celebrity, it's like you make it so you can stop spending your money because they don't really spend their money. They get to go to events that is being paid for. Like for example, we're gonna look at a musician that goes to that show up to the club. When they show up to the club, half the time they're not even paying to get in. They show up and they're like, oh, they got an entourage, let them in. They get a complimentary 1 bottle. Right? Because you want them to have fun. Because what you're hoping is that the audience of people who see them showing up to the club is going to bring you all the extra money. So you can basically lose a little bit to gain a lot. So it's like a celebrity basically comes in and keep getting stuff. Like you see them, they go to Apple events and you're like, oh yeah, we got invited to this Apple event. And when they got there, there's a goodie bag. What is inside of the goodie bag? Oh, you got the latest iPhone that just came out, along with a brand new watch, and we have the futuristic glasses that has not been released yet. So you're gonna be able to try that out, and that was in your goodie bag. Like, yes, that's for being part of the Apple team.
I'm trying to figure out what accent you were using.
Well, I don't know. I just dug deep. That was one of them. I was one of them. You feel me? But it's a lot of these process.
See, but also it shows, like, with all of that, it shows you the power of collaboration, though. Because like when he jumped off with Billy Ray Cyrus, Billy Ray did his thing, dog. Like Billy Ray came in, I was like, hold on, that's Homegirl's dad. I was like, let's see what you're talking about. spent a lot of money on my brand new guitar. I'm like, oh, okay. And then the beat dropped, and then homeboy started snapping. I was like, dog, there you go. And then it brought me back to that whole time period where Nelly did Over and Over Again with Tim McGraw. And like at first, when everybody was hearing about it, they're like, I don't know how this is gonna come out. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everybody starts singing, but it's all in my head. I think about it over and over again. Like, you got that. I'm trying to think of
Beyonce did it too.
With Shakira.
I don't know.
Beautiful Liar?
I don't know. That was the country one. But I know she
that
did
wasn't
a country song. But they didn't acknowledge it as country.
Really?
Yeah. Like she could, like I think it was like the best sounding one. Maybe I'm biased, but it was for a while.
It was Beyonce.
Yeah. But I heard, I'm like, yo, this is talented. Like this better be category. No.
Like the collaboration music is beautiful, dog. Like when Jay-Z stepped out with Linkin Park.
Oh, yes. What? Oh, I love
dog.
Wait, so Dennis, I'm happy you keep using the word collaboration because it's what's taking us to the next generation. I want you to understand. Justin Timberlake,
Daddy's Lesson. That was a Beyonce one.
Daddy's Lesson.
Oh, okay.
That was that country one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but guys, I want you to look on it. Justin Timberlake was good with NSYNC. But when Justin became greater than just NSYNC is when he merged with Timbaland, when he switched genres for a little bit and got that vibe into him. We just talk about Flo Rida. Flo Rida was good. Flo Rida was, if I'm correctly, Flo Rida is a Florida rapper. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? That
Flo
was
Rida.
Yeah, Florida. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think he's from Dade.
Is he?
He's from. I think he's from Opelika. He's from somewhere around there. Yeah, he's from Dade. It was him, Briscoe, Pitbull. It was a handful of them that were running it down there for a while ago.
Is it Ball Greasy from down there?
Mm-hmm. Ball Greasy.
I think he's from Jacksonville or Tallahassee.
Yeah, it's a Florida boy. Mm-hmm. But to show that he came here and to look at the genre that Flo Rida really took himself into right now, and he's in a genre where his music is going to get played. It may not be getting played by, I'm gonna keep it real, people in the hood. You feel me? But the people who's paying,
he's from Dade.
Oh my yeah, the people who's paying for Flo Rida music is on a whole other scale, because when you think about some of those techno parties, Trev, them rave is official. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Just look at what the DJs get paid. Say like a hip hop DJ, or if he hustles hard, he might be getting a couple thousand.
Yeah.
At night. One of those kind of DJs are in the millions.
Yeah.
Per night. Per having pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah. That they probably played last night. They can come back and play again tonight.
All with associated pyrotechnics and the whole night. It's a show they basically put on so that they rehearse it.
You feel me? It's. I'm gonna say this, guys. Nipsey did this thing with Dr. CB. When he's talking about what he learned and why he think that he should have been elevated into the strength. And I'm saying it like this. We talk about people having the keys. You feel what I'm saying? And not opening the door. I normally say if education is a key, give us a key. But if you have the key for healing, release the key, dog.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Release the key so we can move forward, so we can cure AIDS, we can cure cancer. And yes, I understand these are the diseases that actually
money in that, man.
Well, it's a lot of money, but AJ, I want to say this. These diseases is what is destroying most minority community. Not saying white people not dead from cancer. You feel what I'm saying? And they're not dying from AIDS. These diseases are what's affecting minorities. Especially look at diabetes.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say white people that get diabetes. I remember, I ain't gonna lie, when I was growing up, I could eat like an ox, dog, and nothing. I watched other people who eat like an ox who basically wasn't gaining no heavy weight. But when we think about all the chemicals that they put in the food right now, all these pharmaceutical foolishness that is like, oh, well, this chemical was approved by the FDA, so we're allowed to feed our animals this, or we're allowed to put this in our plants or fruits and vegetables.
Cut our costs in half.
You know what I mean? Which is going to cut our costs in half and make our crops go stronger. Like I was driving through Miami and I was there for like 3 months, and there's this area that I go through where they grow crops out there, fruits and vegetables or whatnot. And within the 3 months I was down there, they cut that thing like twice. And as somebody who's, I can say, Asian, we're a little bit versed in the farming district.
Yeah.
We know there ain't no crop you can grow and cut. You can reproduce it twice in 3 months. Like, what are you putting on it? And whenever I drive by here 2 weeks ago, it was empty. That is going to look like a full fledged, like, vegetation out here.
Yeah.
That's going to turn around. You feel what I'm saying? But I mean, AJ, I think you're a little bit more inexperienced with this moving forward thing, right? Than what's going on in your life. I want you to kind of give us some steps what you think we can do to help get this moving forward process going, especially based on what you hear from the Nipsey Hussle thing. You feel me? And before AJ started, let me throw this one in. Guys, track and field season is in effect. Boys and girls champs are done. You know, it's happening. I'm predicting new records. Records gonna be broken in the junior level, senior level. Shelly and Fraser Price is coming back. I want to sneak that one in. Shelly and Fraser Price is coming back. Elaine Thompson is no longer injured. You know what I mean? We got our athletes coming through. So guys, you know me. Track and field fan, I have to sneak that one in, like sneak it in. Christina birthday today before we jump to AJ. But AJ, look, I want you to help with this moving on process because there's a lot to be moved on with. I want you to give me some elaboration on what you've been doing with this moving on process right now.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot going on as far as, you know, life and things moving forward, especially, you know, I have been in a serious enough a relationship, I would say, for what would be 4 years this December that I'm no longer in, right? So it's a whole bunch of different change and different perspective into moving forward, trying something new out, because when I basically left my home, my nest, I left with my girl. So
yeah,
now that that's done, and I'm essentially going to be a lone wolf out there in the world, it's going to be a different.
You're gonna be a different fight, and the fight is always different in a J when you're talking about, you know, moving forward. And I want to say this to anybody who's going through anything in life or try moving forward. Moving forward is never going to be easy. But look at the steps that is being taken to help you to get there. Look at what Nipsey kind of did. I'm not going to say it was easy for him to acquire the marathon and for him to acquire the lot. He put some things in play. You feel me? He started with one business. Then, you know, when another business closed down, he bought out another. And until the trend goes. So I'm not saying like for anybody who's want to move on, it's going to happen right then and right there. It may not be a week. It may not be a month. It may not be a year. But, you know, it's taking steps. Like, I've been, you know, I look at my kids. Christina turned 4. You know, her birthday was on Monday. You know, I love my little girl. We're going to do look a shindig for her today still.
Yeah.
But looking at her being 4, I remember rubbing my wife's tummy. Because that's a process. You feel what I'm saying? You know, we're not going to go for the beginning process. Ha.
Oh, wow.
But,
come on,
you know, but remember rubbing my wife's tummy. I remember cutting the umbilical cord. Remember changing some diapers. So this is a process that is moving forward. You know, remember her crawling. Remember her standing up. Remember her climbing out of the playpen.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I remember her climbing up the stairs. But these are all processes of moving forward. Now we're about to have this little pool endeavor, and she's trying to swim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My little 4-year-old. I want you to understand. Process is going to happen, but you have to move forward. You feel me? Everything comes with that moving forward. It's just like when we all were kids and they talk about the whole conversation about leaving the nest or whatnot. You feel what I'm saying? You know, leave and go off and build your own nest, start your own family. Yeah. You got to move forward. You feel what I'm saying? You got to, and I'm not going to say it's not going to be a continuous process of moving forward because not to be the burster for our bubbles, nothing lasts forever.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? What I feel like, if I'm moving forward with something or someone, if we're going to come to an end, I would like to come to an end together. As weird as that might sound. You know? Till we're 70, right?
Or more.
That's the, is it Ed Sheeran song?
Yeah,
Till
yeah.
I'm 17. You know what I mean?
I know where yourself, Asia, like, you'll make it through this. It's only been a short time, but
Yeah, very. Yeah, this is still new. It's still
Yeah.
raw.
Well, it's not even that. It's raw to me because, and I'm gonna say this, guys. Sometime moving forward is not. It may not seem like the best because I guess AJ can say I love him, girl, right? So he loves cherish and care for her. But I'm a big person. Sometimes, but if you really love something or someone, if you love them enough, sometimes you have to love them enough to let them go. You feel me? And if it's something that's meant to be for you, will come back.
right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like yo, you gotta grow, yo. Like my wife been doing this gardening thing, and the more plants she put inside of this one little pot, Trev, you can see that they're suffocating. So she took her pepper plant, and she put it in a pot right by itself. You know what happened to the plant right after that, Trev?
What?
That thing just grew and bloomed. Yo, grow a pepper, dog. We be cooking with them Scotch bonnet pepper like it's like storm. Like it have so much pepper, we be giving away pepper like
Yeah,
here.
dog, y'all be overdoing it with that.
Yeah, well, it's free. so you gonna get it.
Y'all be overdoing that Scotch bonnet, dog. Like I still remember the first time I ended up tasting one of those things. She made that swahi fish or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Like, the texture of that fish I still don't like. The taste is different, but I don't like the texture. But that
How does that work?
heat, huh?
How do you like the taste of something but not the texture of how it feels?
It's like, let's say,
So like you can like cotton candy but hate the texture of it? That don't make sense. I don't know.
because the taste is pleasant to you. Like you like cereal,
Yeah.
but you don't like it when your cereal gets soggy.
I could understand that. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that.
Okay.
But like, man, I'm sitting there eating. I took like the first fork and I forgot what we were watching, and I put the plate down and I'm like, I'm not gonna eat this. I'm sorry. It's like, does it taste bad? I was like, I can't even taste it. I'm like, I can't even taste it. All I taste is fire. Like,
I'm gonna need Chanel to make that meal for Tati.
Which one?
Whatever. With
that
Scotch bonnet.
dragon's breath.
Because that's the food that she.
I'm still waiting.
soft
I'm
food?
still waiting on those pork chops, dog.
Well, it's not even that. In my house, they've come completely eradicate pork in the house. Then, so there's
Y'all should look for beef pork. Beef
Pork.
Sorry, no, I meant beef bacon. Beef bacon.
no. But sure, it's not even bacon. But so Dennis is talking about what he's cooking for. I mean, I love beef. So I mean, beef is a softer meat. Pause. You know, but
Depends how you cook it.
yeah.
As our conversation starts to spiral left.
But I'm just saying. But look, guys, among from the craziness and the process of me moving forward, I'm moving forward to Sunday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Look for anybody who
I ride for Winterfell, dog.
So by the time you listen to this episode, the episode
it's gonna be
Game
out.
of Thrones came out.
Yes.
So all your theories, all your guessings,
Yeah.
about 90% of it that's on the internet is gonna get squashed.
Gosh, dude. all those 100,000 videos that them likes that everybody's like, oh yeah.
I saw a clickbait thumbnail that got me. I was like, tell me that ain't true. I was like, yo, I'm hot.
Why? What happened? Talk to me.
Why? No, I can't. I don't want to spoil anything.
No, AJ. Look. AJ, look. I want you to understand. It's a theory, and after this episode comes out on Monday,
Sunday. Well, yeah, Monday for some.
Monday,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is going to be out. So whatever theory here, you can. It's a theory.
It basically was saying how Bronn is the Night King.
Bronn?
Yeah, like they had like his face, right? And it was, you ever seen those books where it's like it shows you that changing of them
That
into
he was the
animal?
Night King?
Yeah. So look.
Let the theory ride. Let the theory ride.
So look,
Good conversation.
No. I
Okay.
didn't watch it. I just saw the thumbnail because I didn't want to watch it and have to spoil and put thoughts in my head and make me think about anything. But basically, the thumbnail was a picture of Bronn, and he then was like changing into the Night King. Like, so it's like an in between, and like you kind of see the out form of it, and then it actually has the Night King's face. The nose is the same. The kind of head shape looks the same. I don't know.
Because he's white too.
I'm just saying. You know, there's a connection. If you watch
I'm trying to figure out which was more racist. or Dennis' statement. I don't know which was
I'm
more
just
racist.
saying, if that's a correlation you're making, because if you
So AJ, it's AJ. All right, you said Bronn. Is it Bronn or Bran?
I think he meant
Bronn.
No, Trevor. We got to clarify this.
yeah,
This
Bran.
isn't-
Oh wait, who's Bronn?
Okay, all right. No, you gonna catch this heat.
Bron.
You Game of Thrones. I thought you was a Game of Thrones fan.
They're two different people.
Well, shoot, tell me, it's been a minute. Listen,
All right, hold on.
Bran is Ned Stark's son.
Okay.
Bron
That's him.
is the mercenary that works for Jamie.
Oh, that's right.
So when you said when you said Bron,
sorry,
I want you to understand. So when you talk about
you got some episodes to watch, dog.
No, I watched the whole season.
You should know everybody's name.
That was months ago, and I did that in 2 weeks.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones since the last season,
bro.
And that was like what, last year?
Dude, why?
Huh? Because I remember everything. So I remember everything.
It's more years ago. That's been.
Like I think the only episode I rewatched was the one where what's his name? Peter Baelish got killed. That was it.
Ooh,
that was the only one I rewatched.
I know. I rewatched the one when Daenerys showed up. Dog, when she showed up with that dragon, and she was like, "Y'all ain't gonna surrender."
She pulled up on the meeting.
What?
Or the one where she pulled up over the hill.
No, the one she pulled up over the hill, dog.
That episode I'll watch again. Yeah, I'll probably rewatch that tonight, bro.
Yeah, when Tyrion was like, I thought we had a deal, and I'm looking at the news like,
yeah.
I thought you had a deal too.
That was real.
Yeah,
but no, I'm sorry. It's Bran.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bran as in Ned Stark's son.
Ned Stark's son.
Yes.
And the
I've seen that video.
transformation. You seen the video?
Yeah, but
Okay.
all right. But I want you to understand. There's a lot of things that could tie that together.
I know because like
about him being the Night King.
Yeah.
All right, let me squash that right now. Let me tell you why he's not the Night King.
That's right.
One, he's in a wheelchair.
That's true.
Two,
Yep.
he's a ward, not a wizard.
That's true. That's right.
So like basically he can
The Night King's a wizard?
No. He's a ward, as in like as far as his magical powers goes. That's it. Like he can't sit there and necromance.
Yo, the way the Night King is raising people from the dead, dog. That's a wizard. That's wizard.
And you gotta understand. The last time Bran went looking for him throughout the world or whatever, and he found his army, the Night King turned around and stared at him, and he snapped out of him.
Well, he grabbed his arm.
So like
he touched him, bro. He wanted to get him.
No, he touched him. I'm gonna keep it real. Since Brian has got that touched, he be acting a little bit funny, bro. Mm-hmm. So I see what the video that AJ was talking about, Dennis, kind of tied a lot of those. I mean,
that was probably one of those I can see you type of touches, like because he's pure magic, dog. Like he's old world magic.
Yeah, but all right, I'm gonna say this. I do feel like the Night King is a Stark.
As a Stark?
Oh yeah, he's like one of the first men.
One of the first men.
He is a Stark.
Well, he could be a Stark, but I mean, I do feel like there's reason why. Since we're theory popping right now, there's reason why Jon Snow hasn't really been killed by a white yet, because Jon Snow's very blood is very unique.
What you mean? That boy died and he came back to life.
But
Melisandre.
But I want you to say, yes, he died, but he wasn't killed from a white. He got killed by a man, by his own kind. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like in the sense of, because look, Craster's babies, what was Craster considered or what?
Yeah, I don't remember who you're talking about.
You don't remember Craster? Craster is is her name Gilly again? Gilly's little baby?
Oh,
Craster.
Crap, what are people called again?
No, there are wildlings.
Yeah.
There are wildlings, but remember, where was her dad origin from? That's a very good question. Why that baby was so important?
Oh, for them to take the
want the male baby so heavily.
I never knew his.
That's a very those are the rabbit holes we can tumble down because I mean not the theory.
I thought those babies were raised like for the army or something like that.
No, they were raised for his army, but they were special. Those baby had a special blood because remember he was breeding his daughters, right? But what lineage did he have? I mean, I can give you guys the answer to it, but I think leaving the breadcrumbs so you can follow it makes sense, because the reason why I'm saying it like that, because you kind of see what was so important about it. For example, look at the Maester the guy who was leading the Night Watch, who was a Targaryen.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Right. You know, one of the reasons why when he was there, he shaved his head. He kept his head shaved, so no one.
It's that platinum blonde.
Yeah. So no one would knew. Now, did you know he had a child?
No.
All right. Did you know that his brother had bastard child?
No.
No. All right. So, did you know
So
that
this is all stuff you're getting from the book?
These things are in the book. It's in the series. You can
in the series?
Yeah, you can run down these rabbit holes. You feel what I'm saying? But now we're gonna go with like this now. What the question is gonna ask was when you found out homie was a Targaryen in the end, right? Mm-hmm. After seasons has gone and stuff like that, and he also the man have kids and have a little loose child out there. We've proven that a Targaryen baby doesn't necessarily have to get the hair. Cause Jon never get the hair. Jon here black, dog.
Yeah, but Jon's half Stark though.
Jon is half Stark, but if the man, if he's over here and another Targaryen is breeding another woman from this side of Westeros or whatnot, that means technically the baby doesn't have to come out blonde. Now we can say,
with that, it's that you can rule that out to genetics.
We can rule out the genetics.
Yeah, it's whoever has the stronger genes.
So Kraft's going to be a Targaryen.
He doesn't look like a Targaryen at all. Because like look at Jon. Like Jon's features are like masculine and stuff like that compared to what we've seen from Rhaegar and Daenerys' brother. Yeah. And Daenerys, they're all sleek.
They're all sleek, skinny little thing. Even when the
Rhaegar was tall, but he still had the same build.
I forgot what was her name again. I forgot her name right now. She died last season when Jaime went. Marjorie's grandma. I forgot what her name is.
I know what you're talking about.
All right.
How to say her name.
All right, you remember when she was giving Marjorie that little spiel about who her husband would have been? And she was like, oh, they basically got me a Targaryen. When she saw him, little skinny, little white dude and whatnot, she was like, yo, she know dude couldn't handle her. And she basically looked at her sister's dude who they brought in. You feel me? So these are little things, guys. Theories. Anybody wants to jump down the rabbit hole as I did. YouTube will help you, right? She basically, and these are videos. That's clips that comes from episodes that ties all these things together. Yeah. She was telling her like, yo, and I'm bringing this up based on Dennis saying they're all skinny. She was like, yo, when she saw him, she was like, homie couldn't handle her. So when her sisters, the dude that they brought in to go marry her sister, basically came in at night and she saw him, she made sure that she suddenly just got missing when it got dark. And then when he woke up the next morning, he was like, well, I don't want to marry her no more. I'm marrying her. And everybody was like, and she was like, well, if he wants to marry me. And that's how she ended up being queen. But
something a little strange for some change.
A little strange for some change. You feel me? But it proves to the point. And then when you even look at how when they showed Ned little backstory with Rhaegar, you remember when they did that little cut and you saw Rhaegar looked like a skinny little dude as well.
He was tall. That was the only thing. Like he was really tall, but he still had that slender physique or whatever. But like,
well, I'm gonna say this:
it's crazy.
We're excited for the whole.
What was the brother's name? Viserys. Yeah, Viserys. Apparently looks. One. Yeah, but they look almost exactly alike too. That's the crazy part. So I think homie might be getting another check.
I ain't gonna lie. What he said about his sister in the first season was an eye opener, dog. That's what caught me to Game of Thrones when he was like.
And that's the other thing too is like who would have thought that little timid scared girl one would have survived this long and two ended up being the most powerful woman in like all of Westeros.
I was thinking in the beginning, I was like, yo, who's this again? Like, what's going on?
I was like, yo, she's pretty. Like that was about it. I was like, she's probably gonna die.
That's her brother?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, when Cole Draco was gonna pam that for the first time, dog, I was like,
when he caught her the first time, dog.
You know that never happened in the book?
No.
Like, he didn't rape her in the book. He actually just, he asked for permission.
Yeah,
so it's okay to touch here? And she said, yeah, it's okay to do it. Then eventually had sex. But, and it's just, HBO made them rape.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then there's a body double for it.
It's for that. It's that dramatic effect, dog. Homeboy. They did the whole marriage thing.
But then she liked him.
She went into the tent. She
eventually like a butt in the book.
Yeah, he used a little bit more.
So he was more of a gentleman.
I mean, what he did, like he basically took her into the tent.
They're like, we don't have time to be gentle.
So the clothes off, turned her around, and
you don't know if we get the second season. So
And that boy caught her, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I was
You remember
like,
the episode?
yo!
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Well, listen, like I said, man, I watched.
Yo,
I watched all
homie
of it
here with that
so
Soldier
fast.
Boy.
It happened so fast. I just remembered episode by episode by episode what happened.
I'm not gonna lie, that role made Jason Momoa, dog. Yeah.
Not that crowning of a king scene was his.
that one too. That was a tough scene. Like, he sat there and just looked at him. It's like, yeah. Put that crown on him. Yeah.
That one was real.
Yeah, that
I
Cal
was like,
Drago,
yo, Cal
dog.
Drago, dog, get my butt on.
Yeah, he was until he got sick.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Like,
I mean, that was meant to happen anyway.
I
Like,
guess.
that was fate. Because think about it, she would have never rose to her full potential if she would have.
Yeah, if he was still alive.
Yeah, because I mean, she got those dragon eggs as a gift. How do you think all those random Dothraki are gonna react to 3 dragons running around that are being governed by a woman at that? So like,
that slave
'cause-
sitting seat.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. So that's why when she burned all the leaders inside of that room, it was that time when it was perfect, dog. It's like, well, all the leaders are here in the room at once, like everyone.
She's like, this is perfect.
Yo,
But she's like, they're like, oh, she was in it too. She's like, walk out to it, dog. Oh my god.
Yo, she burned everybody and lived, and they're like, well, you see, that's just to show you that whatever.
walked out, dog.
Walked
butt
out.
naked.
Yeah, but whatever. She's been enchanted with some magic, and not saying that whatever. Because I don't think the Targaryen's bloodline lineage is like, oh, makes you immune to fire.
No,
No,
Yeah,
it's no, because Viserys couldn't touch the dragon eggs.
Yeah,
exactly.
When he touched one, it burned his hand.
But no,
And
it's
then he
not
also
that-
got burned
It's not
with
like
that
in the bloodline. It's her. It's something to do with her.
Yeah.
Her side of it. Because she got the gene where she could touch fire. She don't get burned. She something with the eggs too. But
Yeah, could you imagine what would have happened if that would have happened to her brother? Good lord,
he
bruh.
will not be dead right now. Yeah.
That boy would have took King's Landing like literally within a year, because those babies would have grew up, and he'd be like, all right, let's go.
What's her name? Cersei would have been like, what?
yo,
Cersei would have been dead.
No, all right, guys. What do you guys theory? Do you guys hear about the theory that there's a dragon egg inside of Westeros?
What?
I mean, even if there was, it wouldn't even matter at this point, because I think it took 3 years for her dragon to fully mature.
It's too late in the season.
Yeah,
now.
it's way
It's
too
just
late.
fodder now.
Well, it's
This
fodder, but then
whole
again,
war.
her dragon was in cage. That's why the other one grew so big.
Oh,
Grew
the
big.
black one.
Yeah, it grew bigger than all of them because he was like, yo, he just
Well,
bust
he
off.
was surviving off of sheep and goat.
No, but yeah, he had the freedom to grow.
I mean,
And-
so did the red one. The only one that was really locked up was the green one.
no, it was two of them.
It's too.
Oh yeah, but they weren't locked up that long though.
No, they were locked up at the
They
same
were
time.
locked up.
Remember,
Remember, this is not. We just watched a couple episodes. They were
Yeah.
locked up. In their time, it was months.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
And they made so then so what we're talking about now. I've gone through the theory of what they said how big the dragons are and how big they're estimating to get. Like even the dragon that the Night King has.
I think they're teenagers right now.
Well, no, they've gotten pretty big, but her
Oh, that one's not getting any bigger because he's dead. But the other two should.
No, but no, the main one, Dennis. He's
Yeah,
this
Drogo.
big. Drogo is supposed to be bigger than I think Rhaegar's dragon, and supposed out of all the dragons that's been out for the last couple of centuries, he's expected to be considered the hugest because of his size right now. Because remember how when Cersei they were talking about the cages for the dragons, right? How keeping the dragons in the cages is what kind of alter their growth, like kind of hurt them. That's why probably when they go back through the other.
That's right. They were small like a cat at one point.
No, they were small, but they got big enough where they got to a regular enough size where you can just jump in them and ride them. But they weren't like super overpowering like the way that they are now because of how they're doing it. Hopefully, when they do the prequels,
Sitting there flying around on a legendary Pokemon.
yeah, that's what it felt like. But they're talking about the size of his head, and I mean, you see how Trevor's talking about his fiance read it and read the books. If you do the theory and size, Drogon's head is basically saying he's as big now as what the biggest dragons were in the previous. So he should be a little bit more powerful than Night King's dragon, but
Hey, that's if he makes it,
yo,
though.
dog, I'm saying.
Yeah, someone
Remember,
gotta go.
Nobody's safe, dog.
Nobody's safe.
I think at the end, all the dragons are gonna die. I do feel. I feel like Daenerys may survive, but I feel the dragons are gonna die.
See, were all the dragons male?
Yes.
Isn't one of them? I think one of them is a female.
Did they ever?
No.
What's the dragon's name?
No, they all got male names.
There's
Viserion, Drogon, and something.
Let's see.
They all got male names because she named them after like uncles and brothers or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. He got to double check. Hold on. Because if one of them is a female, then let's see.
You're like, we got a continuation of the line. We're good.
Yeah. You know what? Like this
See, this thing already knew. This phone would be creeping me out sometimes.
Why?
Because like I'll type 3 words out of a question, and it knows exactly what I want to say. Mm-hmm. How did you know I was talking about dragons? Mm-hmm. Let's see.
It's always listening.
Yeah.
Dragons have no fixed gender differentiation.
Okay, see? It's already ready, good to go.
Oh, snap. They're like seahorses.
Oh, so they
can switch from one sex to the next.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess that's the way that they work in the book. So they could.
So what if, here's a theory, what if one of those other 2 dragons was locked up in the
yeah, so it's Viserion it's Viserion, Rhaegal, and Draco.
Yeah.
Got pregnant?
Yeah, they got pregnant inside there, and so there's eggs left at her castle back in. I forgot
that would be a good thing. Well, I think there's like special requirements dragon needs for them to want to lay egg.
Yeah. So
it's when they lay the egg, then you get the egg. You feel me? Yeah. But based on me saying it, you see how they had those 3 eggs to give to her? Mm-hmm. Where those eggs technically come from? Those are very, very tough and a very tough story.
Yeah.
And are there more eggs where those dragon eggs came from? Mm. For them to be a speculation that there could be a dragon egg under, or a dragon under that's sleeping under Winterfell. You know, because
that's crazy.
There's a lot that for one, it could be the spell, because they talk about the spell of the old that the Stark's bloodline is supposed to be tied to them. That's why the kings are being buried there with the sword.
Could you imagine if they buried a full-size dragon under there and like the decayed remains are down there and that boy takes a leisurely walk? Hey, wake up.
It's time to talk to you right now.
Yo, for real, dog. Like,
okay, so with this season coming on, I think episode 3 is going to be over an hour long episode.
I think episode. Isn't the first episode 2 hours?
No, the two. What? Episode 1 and episode 2 is supposed to be around a little bit more than regular time than episode 3 because there's a battle going on. It's longer.
The largest scale war ever in cinematic history.
That's crazy to think about that. How many nights was it? 5 nights?
They were fine. They were doing it for quite some time. Yeah, they're recording. I'm happy you said Trevor. For some reason, I thought I was under the speculation that it was going to be.
I don't expect all of them to be the same amount of length. Yeah. It might be longer than what we expect, or like it used to be known for it being what a good.
That's going to be irritating because
it's only 6 episodes too, dog. Yeah.
I'm just can't wait to
make the Battle of the Bastards look like a child's play.
I'm rewatching that again. I have to rewatch that one. I have to rewatch. I was just trying to rewatch when Tyrion was captive by Joe. What's his name? Joe
Murray. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
When they went through Valyria.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be their next series.
Yes.
It's Valyria.
So, like in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to know. That's going to be
the Stone Men.
Where that disease came from, and also going to be way more.
It's going to be what happened before the disease, because something happened that made that disease to that area.
Yeah.
See, here's the issue that I have now. These dudes are already on that march. You don't have anybody other than John and Daenerys' clique that are rolling with Dragonglass right now. They're the only ones that have Dragonglass. Mm-hmm. And from what it looks like right now, like what, 5-6 people tops have Valyrian steel swords? That's it.
Yeah, well, it raises the question of where those Valyrian steel originally came from, and if the Golden Compass got more, because the Golden Compass is an army that's actually funded by finance. Mm-hmm. So you think that based on their financial agreement, they should be very suited in the best armor. But I'm just saying that.
Look at it. Like everybody has a Valyrian steel weapon if somebody is somebody of importance. Mm-hmm. You got John, you got Samwell, who his house weapon is Valerian steel. I think Sam
Yeah.
Tarly.
That's right.
Yeah, his house sword is Valerian steel.
Charlie had a sword.
Arya
What's her
has
name?
one.
Brienne.
Bran has one.
Yep.
Jamie has one.
Arya's dagger is Valerian steel.
Or the dagger, but the dagger came from where? Because it came from.
What's his
Lannister.
name?
The dude
boy
that
who
taught
just
her.
got killed in the last one.
Yeah.
He gave to Frame the
Yeah.
what's his name? Dwarf guy.
Littlefinger.
Yeah, Littlefinger. There we go.
Littlefinger gave it to Frame Time.
Tyrion.
Yeah, so that's Valerian steel. The who was it? The sword that Brienne has is Valerian steel. I think Jaime's new sword
Yeah,
It's Valerian
is Valerian steel.
his dad.
Because he got to split in two.
His dad. That was the only last thing he did that was smart. After that, everything else was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else.
So you got that. Somebody else got one too. Like the smartest thing would be to give one of those to Bronn, dog. You gotta give one of those to Bronn, bro. Like Bronn is a survivor. Bronn survived the dragon attack. He survived the dragon attack.
He wounded one.
Yeah.
He wounded one.
He was fighting Drogo.
Yup, he was real with it. He wounded it, man. But you're also talking about see, I just lost my train of thought now. You brought up this whole battle. Jeez, what we were just talking about.
Valerian steel.
The steel, the minutes, how long is that?
So do you know homie from the Iron Islands has a dragon horn, right?
The pirate guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he still hasn't used that yet.
No. So we need to sort of
what's that gonna do?
It supposedly takes control of them.
Yeah, it bends the dragon to his will. So it was a theory.
That's if HBO's gonna go down that path.
I think they went that route in the books.
Because they changed so much.
Because think about it, if they're sitting there and they're going to war, and then he pulls that kind of like douchebag move in the middle of it.
Well, we're gonna need to blow that horn when that white dragon come around, dog.
Like, because honestly, that could be how the other one dies. Because I think the green one is supposed to die too.
I don't know if I'm supposed to.
So, like, if he uses that horn, he could take him, and then more than likely, what's gonna happen? He's gonna try to be a boss and win Cersei's affection.
I think he can try
and get the dragon killed. So it goes from 1 to 2.
I think Jon is gonna take the dragon from him because the dragons already know that Jon is a Targaryen. Because you saw when Drogon looked at Jon for the first time and he sniffed him, he looked at him like, "Yo, you're special." Normally he'd look at niggas and get him the snarl. Like he kind of calmed down and let Jon touch him. I was like, dog.
What was funny is they did a side-by-side video of when Donkey met his wife.
Oh yeah.
And when Jon was in front of Drogo, and it was the same scene. Yeah. Like the dragon came down and they're both like sitting there and the wind's blowing and everything, and then she kind of like walks up, and then you see Drogo walking up to Jon, and then Jon goes and does the whole like hand thing, and then you see Donkey doing the exact same. It's the exact frame for frame scene from Shrek.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, your mayonnaise, dog.
No, I was like,
real,
see, that's
dog.
where I was going. I was like, he's talking about Shrek, right?
Young Bucks, dog.
Like Donkey. I was
you
like,
whippersnapper.
there's only one
All
donkey.
y'all care about is name.
Yeah.
But like it's definitely gonna be crazy because you see Cersei still has her mindset in play. Like she's like, yeah, we're gonna work together, and then you saw at the end she's still trying to screw them over. She's like, oh, we're not gonna work for them. We're gonna do this. And Jamie's like, nah, I gave my word. He's like, no, you work for me. Blah. He's like, nah, I gave my word. He's like, I gave my word, so
by
I
herself,
can't.
Bro. She is by herself.
She ain't by herself.
She got the mountain.
Yeah, that's right.
She got the mountain. She got her little.
That's a fight I'm looking forward to. The Hound versus the Mountain.
The Hound and find the mountain. Arya's gonna kill him.
You think this going to kill? But I'm just saying.
Arya's gonna kill who?
The mountain.
He's a zombie already.
So exactly. That's what she's gonna kill him. She's gonna stab him right in his eye.
Yo, that's gonna be the best.
How's that gonna kill him?
Let's watch. Then it's just watch. I feel like out of everyone, I feel like Arya's gonna kill him.
Bro, he's 3 times her size.
I hear you.
Massive.
I hear you.
But she did take on
the Hound.
No,
Brienne.
Yeah.
Well, Brienne was fighting her, but I'm just saying.
Brienne wasn't trying to hurt her though.
Yeah, well, I want you to understand. Brienne beat the Hound. You feel me?
But Brienne is big.
Yeah,
like size. If there's one thing that matters in Game of Thrones, it's size. You saw like when Arya was fighting, the T-2000 that Terminator chick that was chasing her around the city. That was different because they was both in the same range. When Arya was like goes around and she fights like the grown dudes and stuff, she can't run up on them the same way.
No, but you remember she and Brienne did a little bit of spar, and she kind of put. I mean, granted, Brienne hit her down because Brienne wasn't going in full force.
Brienne wasn't trying to hurt her.
No, she wasn't. But when Brienne tried to hurt her, and Brienne realized that Arya got moves, that's when she was like, "Hold up." Because I'm gonna keep it real.
But what Arya did was smart though. Arya pissed her off first.
Yeah, but
she took control of the situation.
But you have to. I mean, granted, he's a zombie too, Dennis. But I feel like it's the same situation. What you have to do is put him in a situation that he's about to feel like he's in control. You feel me? I want you to say,
which is the entire time because he's a zombie.
But Dennis, I want you to remember, she wants to kill Cersei. Cersei's on her book.
Cersei's top level, dog. That's the S-class tier right there.
Kill Bill.
And she's gonna have to go through the mountain to kill Cersei. I feel like the mountain's gonna may sacrifice himself for Arya, but Arya feel like he's gonna be the one to drop that final blow.
I think the mountain is gonna be put in a situation where he has to protect Cersei, and she's gonna pull up in the cut. Because like if there's one thing that Arya can do is she pops up out of nowhere. So if the mountain gets like caught up trying to defend her, and then she pulls up on her out of nowhere, it's a wrap, dog. And on top of that, you got that necromancer that's sworn to her or whatever. The mountain listens to him too. So what if that dude decides to leave?
Well, and I'm gonna say that's the person, because if you're real, I'm gonna keep it real. See, if when y'all get bored, go watch his story too. Watch his lineage of where he came from to where he's at now. Cersei got to be careful with him, because his goal is really not Cersei. He has his own agenda, so you got to be very, very careful with that dude. Because I want you to understand, Cersei basically, the only reason why he's loyal to Cersei right now is because Cersei's giving him free reign
to do whatever he wants,
run whatever experiment he wants. I want you to realize when he saw the White Walker, when everybody got scared, he was the only one that looked over was like,
I need that.
He had that look Gary has on his face every time I saw Gary in Pokemon, dog. Like, all right, that's something I need to add to the arsenal right here, dog.
Add that to my collection.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Ash should have been happy that Gary became a Pokemon professor, dog.
See, here's the thing. Gary did what Red did in the original Pokemon, which was beat the whole thing. Yeah. Beat the Elite Four. And then he retired and became a grown-up. Took over Professor Oak's lab thing and, running errands and stuff for him. Gary did what Ash wanted to do and then made a career out of it.
Yep.
While Ash was repeatedly taking L's for over 20 years, dog. 20 years. And I think he won the Orange League, which didn't count. And the one of the later ones with all the new Pokemon or whatever. And then you have Jesse and James that have been chasing the same Pikachu for 20 years. For 20 years.
He was there chasing?
Because Pikachu was abnormally strong.
Yeah.
Meowth could talk. Pikachu was abnormally strong. So like Giovanni wanted it for the simple fact that it was that powerful. Because I think Ash's Pikachu was maxing out like 2-3 million volts, something like that, which was absurd.
And he was like, he didn't even evolve into a Raichu yet, and he was that strong.
Yeah, so then you got Giovanni was like, yeah, let me get that. So then he got to a point where he was like, yo, y'all are costing me way too much money, dog. Like he literally said it. He's like, yo, y'all been chasing this dude for the longest, and you can't get him. I'm not giving you any more money. So then something else happened that Pikachu ended up doing. So he's like, all right, I need that. So they're still employed.
God.
Yeah.
Yo, Pokemon's still going on to this day.
Yo, dog, I'm gonna show you. Hey,
Look,
that
Pokemon's still
401k
going.
It's good. It's good for
there's
Gen Z,
Power
dog.
Rangers are still going.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider is still going.
Wait a second. Did you see that more mature, adult-looking Power Rangers? Kind of.
Oh, that was an old video, but
Yeah.
what was it?
Oh, the one where they're killing people? Oh, that was fan made.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
fan made. Like, that was.
But there's
that was dope.
a series that might be coming on that's not fan made.
That's more dark. That's more mature.
because it's based off their comic book.
Oh, you're talking about Battle for the Grid.
Yeah. So there's that one.
Mm-hmm. Basically, what happened in that one, I think it's Evil Tommy.
Oh yeah.
Basically, was trying to be good. I guess it's an alternate timeline Tommy, and it's basically he wanted to right his wrongs, but he felt it was too late, so he just decided to be bad anyway. And then he fused the Tiger coin with the Dragon coin.
Yeah.
And turned into a whole nother Power Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
saw
he
it on
just went
YouTube.
around dimensions, just popping planets and killing other Rangers.
I
And
saw
he
it on
went
YouTube.
to every other dimension, like, you know that movie, The One? And killed every other Tommy except the Tommy that we got. So, like, there's only 2 Tommies right now, and that boy's stupid strong, dog. Like,
Yo, I'm gonna say that I'm a Power Rangers. My son be watching Power Rangers. We watch all the new look of things because Netflix be showing them up. So we be sitting here hopping internet.
I gotta put you on a website so you can watch the other ones. Because there's one Power Ranger series right now they have out in Japan. It's based off of cops and robbers, and it's crazy because there's these what are these? There's these treasures or whatever, and that got missing from a collection. And you have the robber Power Rangers. There's 3 of them that are trying to get that collection back, and the collection pieces are inside of monsters. So you have them that are trying to restore the collection, and then you have the cop Power Rangers, and there's 3 of them that are trying to arrest the monsters and arrest the other Power Rangers because they know they're thieves. So every time they find a monster, it's 3 versus 1 versus 3. And it's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, like their suits and stuff is sick.
Alright. So we got anything else to talk about?
No, I mean, I think we can wrap it up right now, Trev.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, was there any other topics? What was I saying?
Oh, Star Wars.
Star Wars
Ooh,
trailer
that
was
trailer
fresh.
was-
Yeah, that's a definite. For anybody who didn't get a chance to watch a new Star Wars trailer, eyeball that, please. I'm gonna say, guys, this week I want everybody to kind of stay open minded. This year has a lot to offer. The year is still fresh. I know we're 4 months in, but it's still fresh. There's a lot to be happening. I mean, especially from movie wise for this month, it's gonna be lit.
Yeah, movie wise, not even this month. We're about to hit the beginning of the train. So you had Shazam.
Yeah.
What came out last week? Something else came out last week.
Shazam
Us.
was last week. Us was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Shazam was last week.
All right,
This
so-
week was technically Hellboy.
Yeah.
Next week is nothing.
so what is it? Aquaman would be the beginning of the train.
No, Miss Captain Marvel. No, you're Aquaman.
Aquaman. Okay, so Aquaman started the train. So Aquaman, Captain Marvel, then Us, then
Us is not
Shazam.
really in the same category.
But it was an expected movie.
Yeah, we
So
had
you got
Spider-Man, and then
Yeah, so like you got Us, then you got Shazam, then you have Avengers, then you have John Wick 3. So like you got that coming. Well, then if you want to add like all
Spider-Man,
things,
but I think there's another Marvel.
all things that
was coming
are
out too.
expected. So then you can go Shazam, Game of Thrones, then
Spider-Man.
Avengers,
Yeah,
then
Spider-Man.
John Wick, then Spider-Man,
Yeah.
then Stranger Things.
That's July.
Yeah.
And then after that, something else comes out in September, and something else comes out in November, and then Star Wars comes out in December.
Yeah, because I like when Star Wars comes out in December. They give it a nice Christmassy feel to it.
End of year, right? Just Disney just know how to take over. That's all.
Yeah, you sit there and you maximize the month that gives you the most amount of money, and it's Christmas.
Yeah.
They make the most money during the summer and during the holiday season.
Well,
So if you're sitting there and you control the box office in December, actually, doesn't Frozen 2 come out this year too?
Yes, for the kids. No, I'm gonna say this. Disney is gonna hold the whole summer because everything that they're gonna be putting out between now and summer is gonna sit on repeat. Because for everybody who's a game, not a Game of Thrones, who's a Marvel fan, now Avengers is at. They're gonna watch this and they're gonna do what everybody did last year, was watch everything again. Just to catch back up with the story. That's the tie-in of the timeline
going on right now.
You see what I'm saying, Trev?
Yeah.
And it's gonna go for that, and then you're gonna have that's for the adults. Then you have the kids who's gonna get tapped with Frozen, Lion King.
Lion King comes out this year too.
You feel me?
And Aladdin.
You forgot about Dumbo too.
And Dumbo.
Yeah. Oh my god! Actually, Dumbo's out.
Dumbo's
I'm not
out.
watching it, but yeah.
Why not?
Duet Cody's gonna be on
Don't
fire.
No, but I'm just saying.
All right, so Dumbo, Aladdin, Dumbo, Aladdin, Lion King, Avengers, Frozen, Captain Marvel,
Still other stuff that we don't know.
X-Men, Rise of the Phoenix.
Yes.
That's technically Fox. That's Fox's last.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's-
Trev, but,
ain't no last hope. Y'all made a movie for me? Thank you. That's what that is.
I thought Disney doesn't own some of the X-Men, or
Disney
Fox?
owns all of them
No,
now.
not all, but
On their
that was their
contract.
last one. That
Okay.
was Fox's last try.
So I guarantee you, like, I want to watch that movie just to see the beginning, just to see if they changed it to Disney Marvel. I want to see if they changed it to Disney Marvel.
Disney Marvel
Yeah, because that's how the Marvel movies start now.
with the Disney kind of castle.
No, not the castle. It says Disney. I think it's Disney in association with Marvel.
Get that work going.
Yeah,
You could have put just the castle and then had the flipping of the pages.
and then
I think
like
it's going
what?
to be the Fox symbol the last time you will see it. Then Marvel.
Yeah, and then you got what else is? Damn, there's a lot of stuff this year.
Too much, dude. There's too much.
It's an overload, dog.
You got to stay in front of the television or stay in the theater.
Well, I mean, just keep your priorities in check and keep your mind open.
Yeah, make sure y'all pay y'all bills, please.
Hey, y'all. but look, I mean,
That's the ratchet comment of the week. Make sure y'all pay y'all bills.
But all right, so Trevor, give it a retro comment of the week. AJ, as our guest this week, I want you to give us lock it off with a positive note.
Positive note.
Yeah.
A positive note would
AJ,
be.
positive.
Hey. Yeah, we're in the moving forward process. Positive note, Jay.
I would say positive note is keep your head up, keep moving forward.
Keep your head up and keep moving forward.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. So, guys, in a simple words with AJ, if ever you fall, just get up, dust yourself off, keep your head above the water because
Dust
we're about to go
yourself
swimming,
off and try again.
and just try all over
You want
again.
to be a singer, don't you?
Huh?
You want to be a singer.
I can't sing for
In
nothing.
another
Right?
life.
Yo,
Yeah, it's possible nowadays.
it's hey.
Oh yeah, a little bit of auto tune when I get up on that stage.
There's no little bit.
There's a lot of.
Let me Ashley Simpson this joint and start lip syncing. Oh yeah, speaking of another career that died, that killed her career. Yeah, when that audio turned off, and there was and nothing was coming out, and they're like, "Yo, your mic is off." Okay.
So, that's another ratchet talk of the day. So I'm gonna tell you guys, in the retrospect of Trevor's ratchet, AJ's positive, and then it's closing out. One podcast, episode 43. Y'all be safe. I'm gonna be in the pool right now. Florida weather. We out.